we are equal. Males and females are equal in the eyes of God. And whenever Allah commands a thing, the command goes to the males and to the females. Example is in chapter 9, verse 71. Allah says, the Muslim men and the Muslim women are guardians of one another, or brothers and sisters to one another. And they enjoy doing good and they forbid doing bad. Meaning, as you have Muslim preachers, you have female preachers. As you have Muslim organizations, males, you have females Muslim organizations also working together. On that, it is the responsibility of women to participate in peace building and to participate in anything that has to do with security. That is to give their own role and their own quota.
Women has played a significant role in the Christian faith, right from the inception of the Judeo-Christian history. We have people like Esther, we have people like Deborah. They were key leaders in their time. Queen Esther had actually prevented the annihilation of a particular race, the Jewish nation then, and because she was there, she was able to influence the king to change a decision. And we saw also women in the New Testament of the Bible, people like Dorcas, people like Phoebe, who had done quite a wonderful work in trying to bring about issues that affect their communities. So to superimpose this is to see what roles women have played in biblical times, because we in northern Nigeria, and particularly Nigeria, a very religious nation, whatever you do, you must seek justification for doing what you are doing from our religious texts. And hence we felt strongly that if we have background of women who have done it in the past, it will have the buy-in of the women today, because we see leaders of the past as mentors for today and for tomorrow. So the Bible has encouraged women participation in certain levels of decision making, which has actually helped nations and helped their communities.
African societies have continued to be bedeviled by violence and conflicts in the last 2 decades. Nigeria has had its own share of violence and crisis at various levels. The sources and causes of this violence can be attributed to diverse reasons. Nigeria remains a deeply divided political society, though its democracy continues to thrive in spite of a number of serious threats. This has over the years seen Nigeria fall into different ranges of conflict and crisis at all levels of the society: national, state, local government, and even the community level.
Hitherto, women who are essential ingredients of peacekeeping are left out. And so it is our responsibility to create that awareness, that sensitization, that aspect that women will be carried along, particularly in decision making on issues of peace and security.
Central to these conflicts and violence are women and children. They continue to be victims of this violence and will continue to remain so if urgent steps are not taken to check the trend.
One of our mandates is to go down to the local government level, to the community level, to the villages, and sensitize our community leaders, our traditional leaders, that yes, as women, we also have a say, we also have a role, we have something to contribute in bringing peace in our society. And in time, when they are taking their decision, they should include us, because no matter how little we contribute, it will assist them in taking decision at the larger body.
A wife can just chip in one word to her husband, and you see the husband will calm down. Or at times, if the wife is not happy, with just one sentence, the man will flare out, and there will be conflict in the society. Normally, all these conflicts start from home. You know, some people, some men, they transfer the aggression from their houses to the larger society. So if women really understand their role in bringing peace to the society, I'm assuring you we'll have peace. Peace will reign in our communities.
Over the years, Steps have been taken to resolving conflict and violence in many Nigerian societies. But more worrisome is that women, who are usually treated as sacred cows and in most cases left out of many peace and conflict resolutions across board. Women continue to be poorly represented in peace and building and conflict management processes, although they contribute in many informal ways to conflict resolutions. Such exclusion invariably leads to failure to adequately address women's concerns such as sexual and gender-based violence, women's rights, and post-conflict accountability. The exclusion of women from peace and security processes is further pronounced due to socio-cultural factors, particularly in the northern parts of Nigeria.
In 2000, the UN decided that there was need for a resolution that addressed the issues of women in peace and security. So the result was a UN Security Council Resolution 1325, which focuses on engaging women more effectively in peace and security. The resolution is on women, peace and security. And since then, there's been an effort within the UN to engage women in various aspects of peace and security, which includes mediation, peace dialogue, involving them and getting them to participate more in all spheres of security.
We cannot have sustainable peace if we do not integrate gender into peace building work. Women are very critical, they have a very strategic role to play. But not just in Nigeria, globally it's recognized that they are left behind. They bear the brunt of this conflict, they suffer the most during violent conflict, but they are excluded in the table. The men sit to discuss issues on peace and security. Women are excluded.
It is in recognition of these gender gaps in peace and conflict management that UN Women launched Women Peace and Security Program with the goal of promoting engagement of women in peace and security in Adamawa State, northeast region of Nigeria. Adamawa State was formed in 1991 from the defunct Gongola State and is one of the largest states of Nigeria, occupying about 36,917 square kilometers. According to the 2006 National Census, Adamawa State has a population of about 3,168,101 people. It has the highest number of ethnic groups in Nigeria, with an estimated 80 ethno-linguistic groups. Adamawa State has in recent years been experiencing cycles of Fulani herdsmen and farmers' clashes, ethno-religious violence, and Boko Haram insurgency, with the killing of many people in Mubi, Numan, and Yola. These, among other reasons, informed the intervention of UN Women in the state. Promoting women's engagement in peace and security in northern Nigeria project was implemented in Adamawa State, northeast Nigeria, for a duration of 15 to 12 months from November 2016 to October 2017, and was extended by 5 months from November 2017 to March 2018. The project was funded by European Union and implemented by UN Women in collaboration with Interfaith Mediation Center and Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development. The overreaching goal of the project is to increase participation and engagement of women in peace building and conflict management processes in line with Pillar 1 and 5 of the National Action Plan for Implementation of UNSCR 1325 in Adamawa State.
The resolution is saying, look, for you to actually have sustainable peace, you must integrate gender, you must bring the gender dimension, women must be part of the discussions and negotiations at all levels. So we felt since Nigeria have a national action plan, it's a good step, but having a plan that is not being implemented is a huge gap. So what informed me is that how do we ensure that that national action plan is being implemented in Nigeria? That was what informed the design of the program. And also in addition to the fact that Nigeria, as you know, especially in the northern part of the country, it has history of so many violent conflicts.
The project has 3 objectives: to increase engagement of women in peace decision-making processes at all levels, to develop synergy for implementation of UNSCR 1325 State Action Plan, to increase support by religious and traditional leaders for passage of relevant gender bills. The project was piloted in 16 communities across Maiha, Mubi South, Numan and Yola North local government areas of the state. Between November 2016 and March 2018, the project implemented 21 key activities, touching over 1,400 beneficiaries, male and female, with considerable performance in the following key result areas.
There was some level of women engagement, but we went there to escalate that by conscientizing traditional rulers to involve women in key decision making, which has been achieved reasonably. If you go to Numan, for instance, before our engagement, a couple of women, up to 40, are sitting with their district heads to make decisions that affects their communities, children and the women alike, and sometimes even decisions that affects their husbands. Going to the next level, because of this engagement, other areas within the Adamawa communities have started engaging women. And we know that the Permanent Secretary Minister of Women Affairs was recently appointed to a very exalted office of Zenaria like a gold. And she now sits with the Traditional Council to make certain decisions affecting the people within the Adamawa, and particularly in Yola North local government.
Adamawa Women Peace Forum was formed as non-profit, non-political and non-religious women-led organization. Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development facilitated registration of the forum with Corporate Affairs Commission and agreed to collaborate with the forum in promoting women participation in peace decision-making at all levels. The members of steering committees for the forum were nominated and inaugurated at state, local government and community levels. Over 1,000 women were empowered with new knowledge and skills in peace building, conflict transformation and early warning, early response for conflict prevention, leadership advocacy and networking. The capacities received by the women built confidence in them to begin demanding for more women participation in peace building and conflict prevention and mitigation processes at all levels. They conducted advocacy visits under the auspices of Adamawa Women Peace Forum to chairmen and paramount leaders in their respective local government areas, who in turn pledged to support women participation and representation in peace decision-making.
Certainly, women are the architect of peace in our society, and I truly believe, despite the religion aspect of it, people sometimes bring about issues of religion, about women being involved in security meetings, women being involved in the peacemaking and what have you. No, it is the woman that brings the peace. Actually, a clear example of that is me, myself here, as a community leader. I found most of the peace when I get inside home, when I am inside my house, my wife comforts me, and that is where the peace starts.
The traditional leaders reinstated strong commitment to improve capacity of women and involved them in security committee meetings with the traditional institution. The Emir of Mubi promised to involve women in the Emirate Security Council meeting. He requested other leaders in Mubi Emirate to appoint competent women into security committees in their domain.
They have come to Mubi for this special occasion, more especially to assist women for a better life. Then what I told them, I want to assure them, me as Emir of Mubi, my members of the council and all the interview of Mubi Chiefdom, will give them 100% support so that they will achieve their objectives.
In Numan, the Hamma Pachama offered to personally speak with the governor on Gender and Equal Opportunity Bill. In Yola North, the senior district head of Jimeta appointed a woman into Jimeta District Council. Synergy for implementation of UNSCR 1325 State Action Plan was developed with 6 line ministries, 6 women-led organizations, and 2 faith-based groups at a strategy meeting with institutional actors. Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development facilitated a joint advocacy visit under the auspices of the Synergy to the Honorable Commissioners and Head of Government agencies who doubled as members of the State Executive Council. They pledged to integrate activities generated by the ministries in their 2019 budget, appoint focal persons for implementation of UNSCR 1325 State Action Plan within the participating ministries. A religious-friendly Gender and Equal Opportunity Bill was realized. The previous Gender and Equal Opportunity Bill was reviewed, amended, and validated as religious-friendly by 38 Christian and Muslim religious leaders. 14 influential faith groups signed a statement of commitment and support for passage of the bill into law and agreed to make public declaration on the bill, and resolved to participate in a joint high-level advocacy visit to the State Executive Council to request for the amended bill be reintroduced for another legislative process.
Before our coming, actually the bill has suffered. It was thrown out by the Assembly. But when we came in, we discovered that there is kind of skepticism between the advocates of the bill and the religious constituency in Adamawa State. So what we did was we tried to understand what the gap, and then how do we bridge this gap. Then we introduced what we call faith-based approach in implementation of the project. We use superior scriptural references to talk with some of the high influential religious leaders. At the end of it all, the religious leaders demanded a review of the existing bill, which we did. We took them to Bauchi. We spent 2 days, and we did that. And they now reviewed the bill, amended, generated gray areas, amended the gray areas, and then we came back to Yola. 38 religious leaders validated that bill, and the bill is before His Excellency right now.
The Honorable Commissioners in charge of the 6 line ministries pledged to speak in favor of the bill at a meeting of the State Executive Council. The draft amended bill was submitted to Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development for consideration by the government.
The heaviest burden is on the shoulder of the government. Religious leaders are supporting. Traditional leaders are supporting. Women groups are supporting. So since their role is to support, so it is time for the governor now, although they are very much ready to do it, what I'm saying, it is time for the governor now to hasten reintroducing the bill to the State Assembly with the support of our religious leaders, women groups, to see to it that it is passed into bill in no time, just within the next few weeks, before the new dispensation of the democracy.
Outputs of the project indicated a tremendous impact that will cause changes in women's status in the project communities on the basis of culture and/or religious norms. These can be seen in the success achieved on targets. 75% of the project targets are accomplished. 2 of the 3 set objectives were fully achieved, and the third is equally achieved with 95.5% accomplishment.
Through this UN intervention program, they have imparted at least an important aspect to the life of more especially our youth, in the aspect of drug abuse and the rest of them. More especially in my ward, out of the 4 participants that attended UN program, 2 are now working successfully. 2 again are enrolled into the Nigerian army. So at least we have achieved a great success, most especially in Lamurde ward.
In Numa local government, we have 4 women that has been appointed as assistant ward heads and 6 women appointed as advisors in our community, in our chiefdom. Anytime the chief will have a security meeting, they were normally invited. They were there to represent women in their part.
There's time that this UN women came, they said that in your house you can find 5 people in this side, 5 people in this side, so that you can unite yourself together. Like you do like meetings once a month, so that you can achieve many things there. So we will do. We have been doing that, and sincerely we have achieved many things.
Women who were empowered by the project formed Adamawa Women Peace Forum, and the Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development facilitated registration of the forum with Corporate Affairs Commission as non-profit, non-political and non-religious women-led organization. The ministry also agreed to collaborate with the forum in promoting women involvement in peace decision-making at all levels. The members of steering committees for the forum were nominated and inaugurated at the state level, in 4 local government areas and in the 16 project communities.
I want to commend the UN women who are being funded by EU to execute this program, that they have found a way now of bringing peace in the world, because if more than 50% of the population who are women, because the women are more than 50% of the population, if these women are left behind, you know, it's like leaving half of the society without understanding what is happening in the world. Look at what is happening in the Northeast now. At the end of the day, women and children are the worst hit. They are the most vulnerable. So since they are the most vulnerable in the society, they need to be involved in decision making. They need to be involved in discussing peaceful issues within our community.
A gaskiya wannan project da ita UN ta kawo mana a wannan jihar mu ta Adamawa, wanda ta zaɓi kananan hukumomi guda 4, ta sake kuma ta zaɓi community guda 4.
The introduction of UN Women Program in peace and security across the 4 community in Adamawa is something to commend. This has brought relative peace and harmony within the people. Now it is very obvious the role of women in peace building, and this program have helped us to entrench it in our society.
Da sun samu sun sani cewa lallai abu kaza idan aka yi zai kawo zaman lafiya, abu kaza kuma kada a yi don a samu zaman lafiya.
Ban taba jin daɗin program na gwamnati irin wannan ba. Ni da akan wannan ma aka tsaya. Da wasu abubuwan da yake faruwa a cikin ƙasar nan da sun.
We are very happy with this program, and we hope this will be replicated across the states.
Muna aiki da su.
This program have brought in values. The previous violence and destruction caused by the youth was due to lack of such awareness. We thank the UN women and hope for sustainability.
So gaskiya ina gode muku da irin wannan program, ni kamar naji kace ko shekara ɗaya ne. Wannan ai ba program na shekara ɗaya bane, wannan har fil azal.
Synergy developed for supporting implementation of UNSCR 1325 State Action Plan advocated for integration of activities generated by the ministries into their 2019 budget and demand for appointment of desk officer for coordinating implementation of certain aspects of UNSCR 1325 State Action Plan in their respective mandates. This institutional arrangement, coordinated by the Coordinating Desk Officer under Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development, will provide a sustainable opportunity for supporting implementation of UNSCR 1325 State Action Plan. The same approach should be followed to integrate the 4 local government areas and the project communities for implementation of local government areas and community action plans.
The ministry have also agreed to collaborate with the forum. That is one area of which we are looking at sustainability of this project. Then the other component of the sustainability is the 6 line ministries and also 6 women-led organizations and 2 faith-based groups that we brought together and build a synergy with this team. And then this team have already advocated to the honorable commissioners of these 6 line ministries. The commissioners have agreed to integrate some of the activities generated in line with mandate of the ministries into their 2019 budget. So these 2 components, we strongly feel, if being supported, if there is a follow-up on it, it's going to give a kind of a sustainable pedestal for the project.